Welcome to another episode of DataStar. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, do it now so that you never miss an update on a new episode. Let's jump into today's episode of DataStar.
Everyone to another episode of DataStar. So DataStar is our series in which we cover one industry, one company, and we pick up a data scientist job in that company, and we try to analyze that job. And the whole purpose of this series is essentially to help you know that what you will be required to do in interviews and what are the requirements in the market. So we have a very exciting company in today's analysis. We have a company whose product or whose app you might have used so far. The company that we are talking about is UrbanClap, and UrbanClap has this requirement of data scientists. So UrbanClap, the first thing that you need to know about UrbanClap is that it's one of the top startups in India. It's based out of Gurgaon. That's where the head office is, and the requirement is of data scientist, right? And if you look at the seniority level of this role, what has been mentioned is it's an entry-level data scientist position. Now let's look at what is the requirement of this role and if you will be a good fit for this role. So the first thing that the company has done is it has given an idea about what this market is and what is the requirement from what is the company wanting to do in this field. So this is what has been given in the first part. After that, from the company's intro, the picture shifts to the role, which is the data scientist role, and which is the role the company is hiring for here. So in the data scientist role, what the company has done is initially it starts by saying what you will be doing. And if you look at this, you would see that the role mentioned, you would play a critical role in developing and then implementing advanced analytics solutions on production. So the important thing here is advanced analytics, and the important thing here is production. And the reason both of these things are important is that when you are going for a data scientist role, a lot of the work that you will need to do will be analytics work, and more so in startups, you should be ready to get your hands dirty on production level data science, which is extremely important, because the company in itself might not have end-to-end team that can take care of different parts, and that's why you might be expected to do wear multiple hats. The second thing that the job mentions is that the role would involve building cutting-edge solution for matchmaking, capacity planning, demand prediction, fraud identification, solving for disintermediation, and churn prediction. As you would know that UrbanClap is a company that matches service requests of people, whether say if you want a plumber, if you want an electrician, if you want someone to cut your hair at home, they have professionals, partners that do that for you. So everything will revolve around that. So one of the key expectations from you from the interview point of view, should be that you should first of all have some sense of UrbanClap's business, right? So you don't want to just apply for the interview, and if you get shortlisted, you have not looked at the company's business thoroughly. The more you have looked at the company's business thoroughly, the more helpful it will be during the interview, right? Now the next thing that you would see is that the role mentions that the potential hires are expected to own the end-to-end process, right from development to implementation. So this is where I always say that a startup data scientist has to be very different from a data scientist working in a multinational company. And here you would be able to see that you are expected to own the end-to-end process, right from development to implementation. That means right from extracting data to doing text analysis, feature engineering, model building, model testing. You are clearly expected to do a lot of work end to end, which is fantastic from your learning perspective, because one of the things I always recommend professionals is get initially into roles where you have maximum learning opportunity. If your learning is excellent, later you'd get even better opportunities and you'd rise up fast in the data science and AI job market, right? So now let's look at what more has been given about the job. So what the job says, and that's what I like about this, the way this job has been posted, is that some specifics have been given. For example, let's look at the key data problems that the company is trying to solve, and you'll be most likely working on matching the right professional for each customer request. So as you would know, the UrbanClap is already doing that. So basically a lot of the work that you'll be doing will be around optimization and making this better. Second is quantifying how many requests were lost based on drop in conversion due to unavailable slots. Use this data for onboarding. So basically, again, something that UrbanClap would already have data about. Possibly you will need to extract this data and you will need to do analysis on this, and you will need to provide solutions on that. Third is using various signals to find out fraud, intermediation on the platform. A lot of time on platforms like UrbanClap, when you have so many partners across so many cities, if you're just going to manually do things, you might not know whether there is fraud or whether there is not fraud. So you would want to build those automated systems that helps you determine whether whether a particular booking is a fraud booking or not. Yeah, and this can happen both from the customers and this can happen from the partners, and through data you would be building those systems. The next part that you would see here is customer segmentation. As a data scientist, segmentation is something that you do often, and you try to get those insights about your customers that the company might not have otherwise. Now, there are other things also mentioned about the jobs related to what is expected, and most of this is related to matching the demand to the supply, taking care of fraud, taking care of not responded requests, etc., and essentially improving customer service at UrbanClap. So this is a really hands-on kind of role, and it is a good mix of real-world problem solving through data and essentially using your data science plus analytical skills as well. So here, the next thing the company has done after helping you identify the key problems the company would be solving is key data problems that we are solving, we are done. It is giving you the job responsibilities that you'll be working on. And it starts with one thing, which is number one, breaking up big business problems into small actionable data science problems. So this is extremely important from a job application point of view. A lot of times data scientists get lost when they join a particular company because they are not able to identify that what are they going to do first. And this is exactly what the company wants you to do first. Break up big business problems into small actionable insight. The second thing you would see is give thought leadership on problem definition and defining the key matrices to target. A lot of times when companies are working on different products, they might get lost into parameters or things that possibly been focusing on but might miss on some crucial things. And as a data scientist, you are expected to bring those fresh perspectives through thought leadership. After that, you would see other things also mentioned, identifying the most important variables, data needed for model building, etc. And then there are other things as well mentioned, design the validation metrics, do the feature engineering, which is machine learning part, move the model into production as a microservice, ability to work on multiple projects, that's something that you are expected to do, prepare dashboard to track performance and responsiveness of the model into production, which is essentially saying that once you have implemented the model in production, you also need to get feedback if it is doing good. And ideally, you should have dashboards so that the CXOs and other teams can also benefit from the insights that you are getting. Yeah. Next, what we will see here is, so overall, this looks like a fantastic job to me, but what you would be expected here is that you need a couple of things. The first thing the company mentions here is that you need to have 2 to 5 years of experience in advanced business analytics or data warehousing solutions. So here, since you are not going to be spoon-fed like data scientists in a big multinational company, here, since it's a startup, you are expected to know some of the things in advance. So you need to have some experience, and most likely if you'll apply without any previous experience in business intelligence, advanced analytics, the chances of getting shortlisted are a little low. And to compensate for that, what you should be doing is that you should be working on very good projects that will speak for you, right? Otherwise, if you come from a data analysis background, if you work as a consultant, that's fantastic. And if you already work on BI or data warehousing, it's great as well. Next thing you would see that is mentioned is strong conceptual understanding of machine learning techniques. So basically they have just listed down all the machine learning techniques that exist in the book, and so nothing very special there. Next is strong expertise on SQL and working with relational systems. That's something that you need to prepare for most of the data science interviews, because SQL is important. That's usually not highlighted and emphasized so much in programs, but it's extremely important to know SQL. Prior experience in implementing machine learning models in production systems. What I like about this JD is that they have actually done a good job of writing all the requirements that they have written implementing machine learning models in production systems. So if you have some idea of not only building but pushing these machine learning models into production level systems, whether they are on cloud or something else, that is certainly a great advantage. Expertise on R or Python mandatory. So you would say that they are comfortable either with Python or R, but what they want is you should be an expert in one of these two areas. Next part is very important and something that I emphasize a lot, that you need to have as a data scientist. Strong focus on adding value to business and ability to take complete ownership. Fantastic. This is something that as a data scientist you will truly shine when you're actually doing some value add to the business, and this will help you do that. After that, they have given some of the requirements like advanced degree in math, statistics, physics, engineering with relevant coursework in probability, statistics, and quantitative methods. So this will definitely be an add-on, right? Now, what you can expect is given here: quick iterations and deployment, fail fast attitude, access to world-class mentorship, and massive and direct impact of the work you do on lives of people, right? So this is certainly that I would agree with, because when you're working in startups you see impact on a massive level, right? And since the teams are smaller, here what you think gets implemented fast. If you have ideas, if you have suggestions, if you think that a certain thing can be done in a better way, right, this gets implemented fast. So this was the analysis of this role. Just to summarize, you, for these kind of roles in startups, you should be good at multiple things. You should know how to extract data, how to clean data, how to deploy machine learning models into production. You need to know machine learning, SQL, etc. So you're expected to know a lot, but trust me, if you get into one of these kind of roles, your career will be a rocket ship, because in 1 year only you would have learned, or what you would possibly learn in a big multinational company in 3 to 4 years, right? So that's my analysis of a data scientist role at UrbanClap, and it's perfect for you if you're looking for an exciting opportunity in a startup, and if you're learning to learn a lot, if you're wanting to learn a lot, and if you're ready to put in the hours for that as well. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you loved this video. This was another episode of me analyzing a data scientist job for you, and we analyze UrbanClap. Thank you very much.